competing to make our own quaint little garden. Village Green coming up.
Hi, it's Tarrant.
And Stella from Meeple University. Today we are excited to show you this tile/card placement game, Drafting Village Green. So we're gonna take you through the overview and then what we think of it.
So Village Green is, from a gameplay standpoint, it's very simple, and it's the sort of common pool card draft that you'll see many times. Essentially, you have a village with you're trying to build up the greenery for it. And you've got green cards, which represent trees and gazebos and structures and stuff. And then there's also these purple award cards, which are how you go about scoring. And on your turn, you will either take one of these cards and then build one card into your village green, which is these 9 spaces here. You'll end up with a 4x4 grid. But you have 3x3 of the green cards, and then that gets replaced. Or you take one of the award cards, which are the objectives for how you score points, and you build it into the left column or the top row, and you can overbuild objectives which aren't any good for you anymore, and then you replace that. And basically that's fundamentally the game. You keep going like that until one of these decks is empty or someone has filled up 9 squares in their green, and then you count up the points. And each of these award objective cards relates to what you've got in that column or in that row. And so you want to get these into the most high scoring positions that you can. This one, for example, says excellence in lawns, and you want to get as many lawns in that row as you can. If you do that, that's going to give you maximum points for that objective. The other part that comes into this game is that there are restrictions on where you can place green cards next to each other based on the flower that's up in the corner. So flowers can be red, yellow, or blue, and they can be roses, petunias, or lilies. And each card has to be the same color or the same type as all of the orthogonally adjacent cards. So you could get yourself in a position where you set up like this, and then you're limited in the center so that you could only have a yellow petunia or a red rose or a lawn which has no flower.
Yep. Like so.
Yes.
But then, you have to look at maximizing your objectives.
Yeah.
Very tight game in that way.
Yes.
Yeah, that is essentially the game. What do you think, Tarrant?
I think it works quite well. I think, as I sort of alluded at the start, this sort of tile placement, it's with cards, but it's a tile placement game. This sort of thing where you've got 3 to choose from and you take one and you place it. There's nothing new about that. There's plenty of games out there like that, like Calicos and things like that. But I think what works really well here is that these objective cards, you don't see that many games like this where you're trying to build up your objective cards as well as the tiles. Usually the tiles or the cards are based on certain preset objectives, and everyone is battling for the same thing. So this ends up being quite an interesting game in that way. I think it is...
I think I really agree. I was going to say that as well. Good thing you say it. Damn it, you stole my thunder. I was going to say exactly the same. Mm-hmm. That objective, building the objective as well as the goal, what you're going to achieve. I don't remember anything that is quite like that. And yet this is a quick game, plays up to 4 players, plays well with 2 players, plays well with 4 players. You get to take out some cards if you play in a lower play count. It works really well. I really like it. It's good for meetup. It's really easy. Turns is pretty quick. There's a bit of AP maybe, with a bit of planning needed, but it's not that long. You basically, it's a really simple turn each turn.
Yeah, it's got a couple of nice things. Each once per game, each player can sweep these out, going hunting for the one they want, and that's sort of when that gets stale, it keeps the display fresh. There's a few other options like your lawns you can put cards on top of. The objectives play in all the different ways. So yeah, it's neat. It's quick and it works. I think it does work very well in this quick tile drawing genre.
And the theme is also great. It's really relaxing. You get to build a village, a garden. I mean, look at this, like the pictures also. There are ducks. There's also dogs, cats relaxing under the tree. It's really cute. Yep. And this is, by the way, by the same designer, that did The Lost Expedition,
yep.
which a cooperative game that we really like as well.
Yep. Yeah, I do like the theme as well. For some reason, this English country garden thing just feels nice in this context.
You're like, oh yeah, you want a cup of tea? Yes. No, that's not the accent. You do the accent.
And you've got all these these villages here with these very British sounding names.
Do it.
Newton Pomore and Hither Saxcott and Lower Ainsmore. So it's just cute.
Do you like to drink a cup of tea?
Yes.
Yeah, it feels like that. We should probably play this with drinking tea, like in a fancy teacup that we have.
Yes.
So what do you think of it? Have you played it? This was out last year, so you probably have seen it, have maybe played it. A game like this, I know there's a lot of tile play. I do generally like tile placement. There's a lot of them out there, like Calico, it's really good. Overboss. Oh gosh, I'm sure there are others, but I just can't think of it right now. Almighty, which is a new game coming out. I really like that sort of like combo placement sort of thing, but this is the only one that I know of anyway that has got objective that you can draft as well as the thing that gives you points.
Yep.
So let us know in the comments if you have played it or what do you think of it. We do, review like this. We do have the play video, playthrough, and live playthrough on the weekend.
Yep.
Anything else, Tarrant, you want to say?
That's all from me.
Would you like a cup of tea with scones? Sorry, it's just stuck in my head now. Too bad I don't have the accent. I really like cute UK accent.
As long as you have the scones.
You know what? At one time, the first time I said scones is not scones. I said scones.
I think you can say scones. I think I don't know how
scones.
Correct it is, but it sounds more posh.
It's a scones. It's not scones. It's scones.
Scones, more buttered scones for me, mater. I'm off to play the grand piano.
Nice one, Tarrant.
Pardon me while I fly my airplane.
What's that?
That's I'll explain later.
That's okay. I want to know now.
It's from a Monty Python sketch.
Of course, the Tarrant speak with Monty. Let us know.
Someone comes for flying lessons, and thought it would be flying an airplane, but it's actually flying like. What? But someone's on a wire. It's absurd.
Well, write us in the comments if you actually have seen the episode of your fan of Monty Python. Tarrant would love it. Tarrant is a big... I have no idea. I have not watched it. So every time he makes that joke, I'm like, what is that?
Yes.
What is
I'll
that?
show you eventually. And then you won't get it.
You just you have this...
Too absurd.
Too absurd? Too obscure?
You don't like the absurd humor.
Okay, fine.
We have gone off topic.
That's okay. So let us know.
Village Green.
Village Green, that's it. So that is it. So let us know. And hopefully you come and see the next review where Tarrant can talk about more Monty Python again. And that's it. If you enjoyed this video or maybe this is useful for you somehow, please hit that like button and subscribe to us if you haven't already done so. Click that Meeple if you like in the corner and hit the bell. I'm also on Instagram for my board games journeys, so hopefully we found each other there, and we will see you next time. Bye.